Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Studio Central's Friday art demonstration. We come here every Friday, we do a Facebook Live, and we do a little bit of art, a little bit of creativity, just some things to give you something to watch, something to follow along with, and just to feel relaxed and grounded. So if you aren't familiar with us, I'll give you a bit of a background. We are with Art Beat Studio. We are a not-for-profit registered charity, and we really believe in the deep impact that art can have in your life. Meaning creativity as a form of self-expression can really bring a sense of grounding and calmness to mental health. I think creativity is such an important way to feel good and to feel relaxed, and to sort of use creativity to sort of, sometimes the world around us feels a little complicated, do a little bit of art and things can feel definitely less complicated. So we're thankful for you to join us today as we do a little bit of creative practice. So we're going to be doing some watercolor and acrylic work with Kate. So I think we'll just get right to it. I'll flip the camera around and Kate can kind of talk to us about it. Hello, Kate.
Hello. I'm hoping you're having a good end of the week mood, hopefully, and as much as I try, I am succeeding, I think.
Yeah.
In that. Just breathing.
Well, there's a lot of things going on, right? Like the world is very busy this week.
So I'm trying to relieve all the stress coming from last several weeks now, because it's just piling up, and whatever I do, it's still there. But I am trying to keep myself sane. Yeah. And what I'm doing here is painting with acrylic, making a sketch first, which is just basically black and white, and then using watercolors and a little bit of water acrylic to color it. So it's not actually painting, it's making a sketch and coloring.
Oh, cool.
So
good.
It's a style that is there for a long time and could be done with inks, but I do prefer acrylic myself.
Okay, cool.
I think acrylic is really nice from the point of view. It does not smudge when you put something on top of it, unless you scratch it really well, and you know, it's another technique coming up from there. But what we're doing today is basically making a sketch of this mountain. I did not print it the way I was thinking, but it's visible.
Kevin says, hi, Kate and James. Hello, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. So we are drawing a mountain with a brush, with black paint. First of all, what I do here is just paint the paper white. So I do not know if it's watercolor paper or not. So to make sure that watercolor looks good on it and does not create trouble, I will be just base coated with white, and then go from there. Okay, I'm
gonna participate too, so I'm going to.
So I do keep everything handy here. So I got the wet wipes, we got brushes, we got water. And do not think that the gloves are a part of it. I'm just working, whatever paint is left over, I'm going to base coat rocks first. So it's for that, it's not for this purpose. And first of all, I just grab a little bit of white and just spread it out.
It looks like we just have some decor. I think this is, you can get this from Michael's or Dollarama.
This is Dollarama.
Dollarama? Okay.
We got really nice pink. So I'm thinking if I start with white base coated rocks, and then I probably go into pinks, nice lilacs and purples. I got cats here. I don't know how it got here, but I got cats here in my paint. My cats here.
I always, no matter how, like, if I, like, you know, use a delinter or tape or whatever, somehow
it's
I'm just
everywhere.
always, so I have 2 dogs and I have 2 cats, so it's So we're just putting a base coat on?
Yeah.
White. Nice.
So we know that watercolor, if we put it, does not damage the paper. Even I do not know, Marissa's not here today, so I cannot know if it's watercolor paper or not.
Definitely feels heavier duty, so at least, you know, should be able to.
I brought mine, but I'm too anxious to use watercolor on that one, even though I think it's good for watercolor, but I was thinking, okay, let's try this one.
Yeah.
I got my own paper that I need to cut.
Yeah.
If I want to work with it. Okay. I don't know how much hair got in the brush. Ace. Ace is not watching the video, but I'm just...
He's like...
Just do not like when it happens, and
Yeah.
it's everywhere. Okay. So, drawing is different from painting. In this case, I call it drawing with a brush rather than painting because it's a sketch like this, and I think it's good to have some kind of good idea of what it would look like with ink. Acrylic is a bit different, it's thicker, but also the benefit that you can make dots and spots and actually create a really nice sketch with acrylic and then color it. So that's basically what we're doing today. I don't like the hair.
There you go. Okay, I think I got mine.
Okay. So I got leftover paint, I just, here, put it on a rock.
On these rocks here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got gloves thinking I could base coat them with color, just using gloves, or I could apply colors on top of this.
This is smart. This is very like, you know, instead of just throwing out the paint.
I don't like wasting. So.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. All right. And usually it's 2 coats for rocks like this because they're not light. So it will be another white layer. Or right where I could use pink, but I like when it's really nice and white, so it can be, even watercolor can go on it, but watercolor fades with time, I believe. So it's better to use acrylic if you want it to stay for years and years and seal it properly. I'll give you one of yours, and we can start. So we are using any brush that you're comfortable with. It can be a very thick brush, or it can be very extra small, a small, very thin brush that you can use here, or you can use the sideway one too.
Okay.
But it's whatever you're comfortable with drawing. Everyone got own sketch, and what we need is just black.
Okay.
Here's your black, here's my black.
Thank you. Oops.
There we go. Sketch can be done with any color. I just use black because I want to.
Okay.
Can be any. And I just start drawing. Again, one more hair I found. I know it's Ace's hair, for sure.
Oh, I can use this one.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, try several brushes and see whatever looks the best for you. Because there are some really tiny ones. And
So now we're going to be sketching this mountain.
so what's important here is to know that the line does not have to be really straight. And mountains have this natural look doesn't have to go exactly by this mountain. It's just the reference for what we're doing here, but it's, I would say it's an exercise rather than anything else.
Yeah, mountains are beautiful.
This kind of work can be done with dots, lines, spots, or just flat surface paint on. So everyone can decide what works the best. For me, spots work the best. Lines are good when you work with pencil maybe, or marker. But when you work with acrylic, spots are easier. This is kind of work when you need to focus a little bit more. So if I stop talking, you can just, Kate,
yeah,
I'm still here. I'm still here.
I feel that because I'm concentrating too. So like, but it's neat. Like I like when you do start to concentrate and you focus. That's can be really nice and grounding. Hello, Leanne. What's up?
Do you have a bag I could use?
Sure.
Medium-sized bag?
Well, I think we just have like the plastic bags. Would that work?
Yeah.
You should use one of those. Is it to transport? Are you transporting bird? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Okay.
So it will not be looking exactly like this mountain because for that purpose, I would need to do it at home and not talk while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just doing something. But
It's also Friday.
it's Friday.
Happy Friday, everyone.
And usually my art, unless it's a portrait or some place that is really familiar to me, it doesn't have to look. I use reference images to have an idea what I'm doing, but not exactly repeating what I'm seeing. It's based on.
So many little details in this mountain.
Now, just to show what I got so far, it's interesting to see the way you start with, right? So
wow.
This is approximately what I got.
That's awesome. What am I doing? Mine's like, I don't know where it's going.
I will be showing it more because it's really hard to see upside down sometimes. Not sometimes. Yeah. It's hard to see upside down in general. So I consider that the in between is not solid black and there are lines, spots, dots. This image has lines. Some images do have spots or dots. Some artists love dotting in this case. I don't dot that much. Yeah, it could be pointillism or it could be just dotting. That depends on what an artist does. Yeah, because it could be the size too. I'm a little bit lost where I am located now.
On your picture?
Yeah. I was somewhere here, but I'm not repeating. So even if I miss one step here, it will look like a mountain.
Oh yeah.
It will not be a big deal for me. And for the mountain too. I don't think the mountain cares a lot about.
Yeah, and this becomes all very subjective. This is our interpretation of that.
Yeah, so I do use the sketch to. It's taken from shutterstock.com. There is a number called Mountain Pine Trees Landscape Black. What's going on here? I got a Leo.
Hey, Brad, how's it going?
Hello.
Are you taping?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Oh, wow.
Very cool. That really came together, eh?
I just got some.
Nice. Yeah, right on. Did you get the paper? Is it good enough? I left the origami paper there. Yeah. Okay, right on.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Brad. Yeah, I think I got a good outline.
Okay, I'm showing mine too.
So you can see both of us are interpreting it very differently, but still, like, you know, looking like it.
Well, you started from general view, and I just started going by little things.
Yeah, like the shadows.
It's just a different focus completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should start to shade in the shadows.
I always love seeing and comparing, because when you work with someone else, you cannot even imagine how approach can be different, especially when you teach a workshop. It's like learning at the same time, because when people show, whatever level it is on, there is always something interesting that everyone can come up with. It's just really nice.
Nice. Oh, did you do anything for St. Patty's?
I actually was going to go to Pool Park tomorrow with kids. I don't know about later, but Ronnie agreed to go shopping.
Yeah.
And maybe having some food from there too.
Cool.
And instead of using lines, I can use dots and little, you know, like little brush strokes. Or I can try making lines, but with acrylic it's not the same as doing it with a pen or a paint marker. Okay, I'm trying to understand where I'm at here. interesting to work with something like that with just black and white, and then you can put any colors available.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to keep track of where I'm at with this, the shadows, with light and shadows right now. I think I got this.
So I'm using as little water as I can here on this stage. Then the next stage will be watercolors. So that would be more, for sure. No, coming up to something like that. So it's a sketch, right? So we do not go into the very, very detail. But here there is an option to take white and put it on highlights whenever you see a highlight, or just to avoid the space while sketching. Either or both can be done. So I am more or less done here.
Okay.
Those little trees I'm adding after I'm done with the watercolor.
Like at the base?
Yeah. Or I could put them on right away. I do not know. I kind of think it's nice to put it first on the mountain, make the sky, make the bottom, and then put trees on top. But it's easier from my point.
Yeah.
So can be brush like this. I would think it's nicer for doing watercolor, or could be the same tiny brush, either or, depending. I think the sky is definitely better to paint with something like that, or even a thicker brush. So I can start with the sky. Well, the thing here that I do not have the light blue, it was used up. I borrowed the watercolors from Studio Central. So what I can do here is to use a little tiny bit of white again, and mix it with watercolor, but I don't want acrylic to go in watercolor. So maybe I will take really watery blue, and spread it out.
Like the blue. So that's watercolor.
No, this is acrylic.
That's the acrylic, okay.
But you have the choice of using either this one, or you can use the blue from here, but it's dark blue. So I decided I'd better put the light blue.
Yeah.
So just watery acrylic for now. And then I am moving on to dark blue, and mark some spaces on the mountain that are darker. I'm just looking. It's not all over the mountain, but the spaces that I think need some shading, or on top of black that we'll already put here. Mountains can be different, and some of them are really lots of reds and browns. I do not know the color of this mountain, so I'm just going with blue. It's the simplest technique I can show probably with mountains, because other cases there's mountains with lots of greens in them and things that grow on a mountain that's this, you know, variety of colors. So I'd say I really like using the blues here.
Okay, I'm gonna start adding some color.
Okay, so this is the stage. I don't want to turn it upside down or sideways, but this is the stage I'm on right now.
Beautiful.
Can I see?
Just ran a little bit there.
Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm using greens for the bottom. But also to collaborate with the mountain and show that there is the depth a little bit in the greens, I can always add blue, dark blue, and then work with.
So I guess I'll try using the watercolor for my sky.
Yeah.
So Kate used the acrylic and I'm using watercolor.
And some areas can have this nice brown, which is not brown, it's sand color, but it can be used for some areas in the bottom. And this is a thick brush, right? But after I use the thick brush, I can take the thinner brush, like this again, and add spots and dots. And in this case, it can be worked on for a very long time. You can just look how tiny spots can be, or lines. And now I can add more colors. I can add pinks if I want to. Browns. Yellows. And the mountain is not done yet. I'm just waiting for the blue to dry a little bit, and then I can add another color on the side that is light. So you can see that it's several layers to create some variety of colors too. I like working with spots because this is what I'm getting, basically. So here's the stage I'm on right now.
Nice. Oh yeah. Very cool.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. I'm doing just finished my sky.
So for the light part, it could be a choice. I don't want to leave it white because I don't want white on the light side. My preference would be using several different colors. And it's not dark blue and light blue as many would do in this case. I would do it in some cases, but here I just want to use watercolors that are light. So whatever you can get, all these four, and even purple would be nice, but purple is not existent in this palette. Non-existent. It's not here. And I do not want to use water acrylic for that too. So I'm just basically going through these four leftover colors. And the lightest spots would be yellow, as the yellow is the lighter color. But I can always add other colors. And I can add more yellows in the bottom as well, at the same time. Just shows the sunlight in this case, but it could be, it's not the color of the mountain definitely. Oranges and reds, it could be not the best mixture for the blue side. So in this case, I would say the pinks are really nice, but they're really watery pinks.
I love that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. But again, it's not how it's academically taught, definitely, because I would think it's this sandy color can be used. It's a combined mountain, so it's not really something that would be set light blue, dark blue side, or all the sand variants that you can get through. Don't have that variety and time to do that. Some time would be. So I'm just using something that a little bit off the pleasant look maybe, but we have less time than we could spend on stuff like that here.
Okay, I'm gonna start adding colors to so my mountain's a little bit different. I've got like sort of bigger chunks.
Which works too.
Yeah.
It works. And then I want to take a look at this yellow. It's a darker yellow. There are two yellows in the set, which is nice. So I'm not doing any jewelry work here. I don't know, again, it's a calc from another language, right? So it's not, I'm not sure if it's spoken this way. But it's the type of work that you can do really quickly as a sketch, something quick sketch, and not claiming that it's a long, you know, a lot of time spent on that. But if we put yellows and all this palette we're using on the right side on blue, that would cooperate more. If we decide to use it on top of the blues that we made here, and the shade on the black, it will collaborate a bit more. Something like that. And we can put some blues again in some areas. with pink again, just because I like it. Just like it. Something like that. And then I can add all these little trees, or I could add something to the sky, like this pink. It's actually really nice in the sky too.
I guess this is the nice thing when you approach a canvas like from a sketching point of view, right? Like we're giving ourselves the freedom to just like add those, switching it up like that if you want.
And if I think it's too dark, I can always add light, like white on top, lighten it up, and do things that I want to do. Okay, so that's the mountain, and what do I want to do with trees? I can put them exact same way as they're here. And then the front would be a little bit more open, so this way I could add several more spots, maybe something going different. But I will just go into the acrylic, and paint these trees.
Sweet.
Tiny little trees.
I said you look like hippies. Oh, I thought you said it looks like you're swimming in school. I get called hippie a lot. You like being called a hippie? See, it's alright, yeah. I don't, depends on context. See, also, I noticed a lot of his style, like hippies, there was a lot of cultural appropriation. Yeah. So, see, but I get what you're saying, and I do take that as a compliment. Because it's just like cool kind of fashion.
Can we just hold the base?
Why not?
Exactly.
That's the point here. We are not doing anything to be, we're painting for mental health. And not.
I just love how watercolor looks too. Watercolors neat because you get an instant effect, you know? Like the way you get all of sort of the different shadings and the way the watercolor goes on. It's sort of an unpredictable element.
So I would just show again the blending with paint together remove part of the brightness of the black. So we can add black spots here and there. And they would be just making it more definite and nicer looking. And doing it with acrylic. So I can just show the difference. That these spots will create a better, I'd say more depth to the mountain by itself. Okay. So this is the example of what can be done.
Cool. Ooh. Awesome. Hey!
Just by this.
Oh, yeah.
Soon have a quote on it.
You know, that's brand new, but I'll get the code for you.
I'm working on the trees right now. There's lots of tiny trees that can be done very simply, just to show, define that they're there.
So those ones we actually just put out, and but over here, they're $30 for sure. We just haven't made a proper tag yet for it.
There's no color run this I'm saving up some money.
I'm at the art store. At Art Studio. Okay, bye.
Okay, so that is Christine
Hey,
Gerard.
hello. We're going live.
Oh, it's weird.
Thank you.
Look how cute this one is. I didn't really look at your guys' accounts before.
Okay, so the code is 4098.
Just like post what you like. No. I love Garjo.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You're all good to go?
That woman decided she didn't want it.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just trying to find the proper white shirt so we can go for it. The shirts, they just came in, this artist, the artist is Olivia Olpert. She does all of the screen printing on the shirts herself. It's all original designs. Yeah, it's very cool.
There's one like this at
Yeah. Like the one that's like it's upstairs like
like the guy who makes the clay art.
Yeah, is that the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that one. I went to like a garage sale test when I was like little and he like I said about like didn't buy anything, I just love it.
I really like it makes these like snakes on a ladder that just
There's a lot.
You want to write? I love your tote. Thank you. My promise. It was just me cutting a really ugly tangle and then sewing it but I don't care. And it wasn't even like a while ago. This was like recent. Our face makes you perfect, you know? Yeah. Thanks, John. I have this sweater I got, and the back is the one I was wearing yesterday with the star on it. And like, I sewed the star on, and the back was like really low, so I kind of triangle it and I sewed it together. So it's like a little Frankenstein, you know, like with the back all sewed up and stuff, but I really like it.
Alright, so this is what I am doing right now. I'm just adding those little trees around, and they're not really going straight. So there is a little bit of a hill here on this side. Oh my god. And they're going a little bit up and down and around. So I'm just trying to keep it serious here for now. And then in the front there will be something else going on. I will probably add more spots and dots in the front so it will cooperate what I'm doing here.
So it's for last receipt, then put that in. Okay. Thank you, Dan. Hello. Hello. So you're on the trees?
I'm on the trees,
Okay.
and they go, you see the little hill here, and there is a break with a couple little trees in the center, and they go a little bit like up the hill, but from the front, you
Right.
see the trees in the front here. So
Yeah,
I could define that, instead of just painting them with black, I could define that depth with watercolor greens. After I'm done, I could just apply them on top and show the back and the front with the variety, with the difference in color. But I will see how that goes.
Just sold one of those shirts.
Oh, that's nice.
It's just like, I love when like customers come in, they want to get things, but they like literally picked up the 2 things that I hadn't made tags for yet. And that's like, of course you are.
Looks great. Both of them look great.
Yeah, right? Ugh. Ooh.
Oops, sorry. Okay. So you see how differently it can be interpreted, even the same sketch, exact one, and it could be different colors from what I did if I do it in a different mood. And when I say art is very mood oriented, you don't know what you're getting until you actually do it, because mood can change at times. And you can go by only what you see as the result, not by the process here.
True. Thank you, Rianne.
Yes, you guys have to.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible to see me talking, because I kind of talk faint, and my voice is not too loud. I say things to people who don't hear. Oh, I'm trying. It's a completely different thing when you have more than one task. Bye, Rihanna. And you talk and then it goes down.
Yeah.
Why am I wearing this mask?
Oh my god. Sometimes I feel like I talk too loud sometimes. I'm either like too quiet or I'm too loud. There's no in between. Yeah. So now I'll do the. What kind of brush are you using to do the trees? Like a smaller?
I use a small brush, a fine. Yeah, there are several brushes. That's it. Yeah, that should be okay.
Okay.
Okay, so just stopping here for a little bit and showing it, because I don't think everyone needs to watch us doing the little thing. So you can do a little tiny bit, and then you could just quickly use greens on top. I would recommend using both blue and green.
Okay.
Blue gives the shade
Yes.
that I want to use on some trees. And some are a little bit further away, but it will be visible when they're all there, because they're not all there yet. And a little darker blue here too. And then I'm just taking the green and put it here and there. It can be mixed with blue. Well, this particular work would require more patience and attention to detail than I can do during the live stream. So it's
It's like the quietest live stream ever. It's just like so intense. This is good. I like that feeling though. It's a good feeling. Embrace that feeling when you get that intention to be creative and that quietness comes over you. Embrace it.
you can just do anything here. We can paint on top.
Well, I think, yeah, I'll work on my trees after, but I'll start adding that stuff. blues.
So making it more intense here will, so this is the variational. So that's how it looks like when you do this. So
nice.
I think that's enough for a demonstration.
Yeah.
Unless you want to add clouds, then I would just use white and lilac, might be lilac.
Yeah.
Together, and again, it's working with watery paint.
Mm-hmm.
I do not, like, a lot of people love painting clouds with thick paint. I just use really watery acrylic to do that. But also, if you make this big splash here, just adding whites in it. And then adding tiny bit of purple. It's not purple. Here. It's right here. Tiny bit of lilac. And this white. And some water. Just creating watery paint. Creating this cute cloud.
Cute. Well, I guess we'll keep working away on this. I'm gonna keep working on this.
Yeah.
But what we'll do is like we'll take some photos in a bit, like when we get our finished pieces, and we'll post those just as to follow up and see what we ended up.
So this is basically the result, except of the trees that I'm putting on here.
Yeah.
And if I don't like what I'm doing, I can always remove this a little bit,
Yeah.
add more afterwards, and play with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, I guess thank you, Kate.
Thank you, James.
Yeah. That was great. I'm gonna keep working on them. This is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. All right. So if you're watching this and if you've had any questions, always feel free to drop questions in the comments below. We always follow up and respond if you do. Even not during the live stream, but like if you come back to this and see this a month later, we always get the notifications so we can follow up with you. But let me just flip this around. All right, so thank you very much. Thanks for following along with this demonstration. If you have time, or if you'd like to look at more things that are creative on our Facebook page, just click on the video link and that will take you to all the art demonstrations that we've done in the past. Kate is one of our main instructors with these online videos, so you'll see a lot of her and a lot of me and just us having a lot of fun. And I think that that's really crucial to art, and it's a good feeling, I think. Sometimes we forget to have fun, and art can really bring you back into that mode. So I just want to say thank you, Kate.
Thank you, James. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have a very happy weekend as much as you can.
Yeah, happy Friday, everyone. And yeah, as Kate said, have a happy weekend.